Hello guys, welcome to Sports Geek. So today we are doing a live for the FA Cup clash between Manchester United and Liverpool. The game is tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. So I'm going live with the Loudmouth show. He's Liverpool fan and I'm Manchester United fan. So we will be putting point of view from both the sides and we will be previewing the game and we will be predicting according to both of us who is going to win this fixture. So do tune in. I'm adding Loudmouth.
Hi man, how are you?
Hi, man. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, yeah. So what's up?
Finally, Liverpool versus United live.
Yeah, man. I think that the last match that we played out at Anfield was pretty competitive. I thought Liverpool
Yeah,
had chances to score in the first 80 minutes. To be honest, in the first half, we were totally
yeah,
bombarding onto United.
yeah,
But
yeah,
in the second half, you guys had better chances. In the last 10 minutes, you guys definitely had more to put up in the game. And you went inside the box. Pogba had a good chance in front of Allison, but you know Allison's pretty
yeah.
world class and he stopped that
LSM
shot.
was too good, too good. But in that game, I would say Manchester United defending was too good, man. Like taking those amount of shots, like
True.
17 shots and like three on target. So that shows how much the midfielders have put in the work in that match and how much Maguire, Lindelof clearance, where I think Firmino or Salah like getting the chance. So he cleared that ball and it was so crucial at that point of time. I was expecting that game like United will lose because it was an Anfield 67 games unbeaten streak. But when I saw Fabinho and Henderson in defense, I thought this Manchester United team can create problems for like Liverpool. But we didn't see that really. Like it happened in last 15-20 minutes when one chance got Bruno, one got chance, Pogba got one chance, and both of those shots were on target. And
True.
then the Rashford mistake, like that, he couldn't pass it to
But
Cavani at that point of time, like lack of thinking or something at that point. But Henderson did great job in like covering Rashford in that game.
But what do you think about the upcoming game? We've got FA Cup fixture, the fourth round tomorrow. So what do you think? Do you think United will be going in with different players? Do you think they'll be going in with Alex Telles, Van der Beek, or do you think they'll be going in with the same Premier League starts that they usually like making?
So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer recently told that they are going to make few changes and going to rest few players. So according to
Okay.
me, Bruno Fernandes should be rested. Van de Beek should be given chance. I know it's a crucial clash for Manchester United, but looking at how Bruno is performing in last 2-3 games, like he looks tired. He's not giving how much he had given like in starting few games and scored like so many goals and provided assists. That
Good point.
difference what he makes on the field, it's not visible in last 2-3 games. So that because of that, I would say Van de Beek, because maybe he can add something up with Pogba, because Pogba is currently ruling on the field. So Pogba
True.
along with Van de Beek, maybe it will be great. And Shaw will be rested for sure. Telles will be given chance. Uh,
So
Liverpool, what do you think? Matip is back. I think Trent is
Matip
gonna
is
get.
back, but I wouldn't sideline Bruno Fernandes to be honest, because if Ole has an intent of winning the FA Cup,
Yeah,
he would not go in with a weaker squad against Liverpool.
yeah, yeah.
Because
That,
Liverpool have
that's yeah,
nothing to lose. They're coming to Old Trafford. They don't have the pressure of playing at home, first of all. And
yeah,
we've already lost the streak anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah,
But when it comes to Liverpool, I think they'll be going in with a Firmino, Salah on the right, Minamino on the left, because Mane needs to be rested. Mane has been playing a
yeah,
lot, many games. He's
yeah,
played in each and every game almost. So I think Milner, Henderson, and Curtis Jones needs to be given an opportunity, man. The last game I was
yeah.
expecting him to take a chance, but no, he wasn't given any chance. It was Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain who got a chance, and I think he tried decently. He tried a couple of shots from outside the box, but I still think Liverpool lacked a lot of creativity, man. With those blatant crosses coming from outside, 40 yards out, 35 yards out, it wasn't working well for the team. But I am really happy with the way Nico Williams has stepped up. So I think right back position goes to Nico Williams. Trent needs to be benched. This game, Trent has to be
For
benched.
sure. For sure.
Nico Williams on the left, Robertson has to go. Fabinho and Matip are the pillars for the team. They have to play at from the back. Henderson needs to be in the midline. Without Henderson, Liverpool fans, mark my word,
Yeah.
without Henderson, you guys are not going anywhere out. You guys are not getting anything from the game. Henderson is like he needs to be there in the midline. He needs to be there
He
because he's
brings that
actually
leadership
driving the
and that
game ahead,
quality in that
and he also
midfield.
tracks back. So you need you can't play with Shaqiri and you can't play with
Yeah,
Thiago together. They definitely add on to the offenses. What happens is they're easy to cross over. United could easily cross Liverpool, or
yeah.
even for that matter, Burnley weren't finding it difficult to go past Liverpool. So I think Liverpool need to get Henderson ahead, dude. That is the primary. He's one of the leaders, man. He needs to be there. He needs to instruct the team how to play. And I think Nico Williams and Henderson too. They shift roles sometimes. Nico likes going ahead at times. He likes leaving the flank behind, and he wants
Yeah.
Henderson to fill that in. I think this is what is going to happen. We need to get our academy product back into the game.
I think so. For the Bruno point that you made, I think yes, Bruno is important. I'm not saying he's not important. He's one of the most important players for Manchester United. He came and then like Manchester United changed completely. But I'm just saying maybe like he should be rested in first half and they should bring him in the second half to create like more pressure on Liverpool. Because once Bruno will come, obviously there will be more pressure. And in second half, you create more pressure, obviously. And
But I
Martial
think, to
will
be
be
honest,
rested,
like you
Cavani
last
will
game, I
play.
gave a prediction that Liverpool will be bombarding you guys with possession. That is all we had. Only possession is what we had. But even in this game, I think, but United have a tendency of going toe to toe, giving competition to the opposition in after 15, 20 minutes. So, which is what I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you guys will do, man.
Yeah, so like in the starting, they will mostly like try to defense, get little bit possession, make
Yo.
little bit game slow, and then they will try to counter attack and create chances. Because Cavani is playing tomorrow, Martial is not playing, so there will be a lot of long balls. There will be a lot of through passes to Cavani because we all know how good Cavani is with on his feet, like inside that box. He's so good. The positioning is so good. Like the if you remember that Sunderland game, I think the 3-2-1. Southampton,
You
3-2.
guys came up on top in the second half, yeah. Like, that
Yeah,
was
yeah. The
spectacular. He was on the
Cavani,
right,
like how
actually. He
much
was
difference
facing
that
down the
Cavani
right back.
made like in that game. So I saw
Cavani,
like different Cavani in that
Bissaka,
game.
Bruno Fernandes, these three players were lethal that night.
But I think for
Man,
Liverpool, the biggest problem tomorrow, man, I won't be surprised if we lose tomorrow.
we
Liverpool or
failed.
Manchester United, who are
We
you
failed
talking
across the
about?
process. You don't need to be saddened by the losses, man. We've been winning so many trophies. You need to be okay with that. So it's
Fog
going to
boom loading
go
for
anyway. It's a
sure.
ping pong
Pogba,
competition. You don't expect teams to like keep on winning, man. Liverpool are in the top four right now. We're just 6 points off the top berth. Just you need to calm down and you need to just see the rest of the season. The season is long. 19 games are left. Just 50% of the games have been played. Let's stay hopeful.
but like Liverpool haven't scored in last 4 games, I think 4 or 5 games. So what do you
Yeah.
think about that? Like,
So what
do
I
you
think
do you
about
think?
this again, if I start talking about that, I talk about it all day long. Nowadays, I just got over the podcast. I spoke about it again. I'll talk about it again. First point, you can't put in crosses and you can't expect you need to find your players out. Like KDB, his crosses find his players. You need to pick out
Yeah,
your players in the D. You need to do that. That is the crosses
yeah.
onus. You
In the
need to
last
take
game, I
ownership of that.
think Alexander had 19 crosses, and 19 crosses, zero of them, like none of them, got to the player. Like all of them were either blocked or like cleared out. So like
Yeah.
19 crosses.
So second point, system. The midline is creating a lot of chances. They're driving the ball ahead, but the problem is they're slow. Thiago and Shaqiri are not pacers of the game. They are
Yeah,
slow and
Thiago.
they cannot track
Yeah,
back. When you have Fabinho, when you have Henderson, maybe Curtis Jones too, they try going
yeah.
behind, they track back. It's not easy to cross the Liverpool midline to be honest, but they were able to cross them. So that is another mistake. Third mistake, you're missing a Van Dijk. Simple as that. You need a Van Dijk to create a switch of play. When Van Dijk was there, those long balls used to reach Trent and Robertson's feet. They used to be that consistent, and
Yeah.
it's easy to play on such a high tempo when you have a Van Dijk behind you. You don't need to worry about it because when there's one man standing behind, you can play on a high line too.
And he always used to keep the defense intact at least, like making sure that the defense is intact and not giving so many gaps or chances to other team. So Van Dijk, obviously, he's been like that's the biggest hit for Liverpool this season. If he
True.
was there, they would have been like on top of the Premier League currently. But his
No, I don't
injury
know.
has changed
We
completely.
might
But
know. With Van Dijk too, we lost 7-2 to Aston Villa with Van Dijk. So I'm not sure about that. I can't say that. I'm
yeah,
not that
but still,
confident about Liverpool, to be honest. And I actually, when Van Dijk was there, I didn't say we will win the league this season. If you check my podcasts out, I have always spoken about Liverpool in a way that we might lose those matches, but I've always stayed hopeful. I've never been like, okay, we're going to win, we're going to win, we're
yeah.
going to win. You know.
But like if you remember that Leicester game, like how the team of Liverpool was and how they won that game, everybody thought that Liverpool are back. Like this Liverpool have sorted out their issues and they are back. And like suddenly again, like so many ups and downs in this season for Liverpool. And also Thiago that you mentioned, Thiago always slows the game. Like how Liverpool
But
used to
they
play.
don't, you don't, exactly. People were telling him to go ahead. Now he's playing ahead. You see the fault,
Yeah,
right? That's why he's a deep
yeah,
line playmaker. Let him play deep. Let him be
obviously.
on the midline. At least he can stop the ball, man. At least he can create tackles. He knows how to tackle well. He can do sliding tackles brilliantly. Let him play behind as a number six. Don't send him ahead. Send Wijnaldum ahead. Send people who can run up and down the pitch, who can play box to box. Send them ahead, dude. Don't send a magician ahead, dude. You need to let him play
Yeah,
deep. You need to let him open the opposition up. He'll open them up, and he's opened a couple of
obviously.
people up. He's opened the
Yeah,
opposition up.
yeah,
So I
man.
don't
Like
think
if you saw the Barcelona game, how he positioned with Mueller in that game. Sangam had a good question for you.
why
Why
does the
Liverpool is
Liverpool
not
board feel
spending?
reluctant in spending money this month? Dude, I think they're out of money. SSG is out of money. And Klopp has came out. He's told them that, okay, I need a centre half and a certain element in the club, they're not letting me. So we know who that certain element is. So it's okay. I mean, that's not a big deal, dude. Money issues have always, they've always stayed with Liverpool. And even when Rafa Benitez came into the scene, he was the first day that he was told, the first thing was that we have money issues. We've got a huge debt to cover and we are in trouble
Yeah.
till Rafa Benitez came on. And when FSG before that, couple of sheikhs were also onto the team, but they delayed the process. They were like kind of creating issues with the management, and that is the time I think Vix was there. He decided to sell it to the Dubai people, but they rejected the bid, and I think it came down to FSG. But FSG actually they removed the entire debt, dude. They paid around 300 million pounds or something like that. So,
So, like, do you think Liverpool needs a new striker or like
so
get to rid of Origi and
Liverpool
someone?
don't need a new striker because we are waiting for a specific Diogo Jota. We are waiting for a certain Diogo Jota. Once
Okay.
he's into the scene, I think we'll start rotating him with Firmino.
Yeah,
Once
yeah,
he's in internal competition is when you start feeling the pain that I need to play for Liverpool. I'm sitting on the bench.
yeah.
That guy is getting chances. He just came from Wolves and now he's playing and he's scoring goals. He's already scored 8 or 10 goals, man, for the team. So I think that is the time Firmino will start facing the pressure. And right now he's on the brunt of getting out of the team as well. So I think he is going to get out soon. Not from the squad, but
So,
he might just get benched.
uh, Klopp hasn't won at Old Trafford yet.
Okay,
He has played 5 times and he hasn't won it. So, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow?
I'm telling you, so Klopp has nothing to lose tomorrow. We've already performed well in the bad in the past 5 games. So I think we're going to another opposition's home ground, that is Old Trafford. And I think we might stir things up for them because we've already lost so much. We don't have anything to lose anymore. And even if we lose an FA Cup match, I don't think Liverpool exists on that mentality that we'll be sobbing on it because we are title contenders. We've always remained in that duopoly with Manchester City since the past 4 years. And we deserve to be on top at the moment. Even with the kind of injuries that we have, we can sustain the team. We can actually stay in the top four. So, which is pretty impressive. I think if you give another team the same people and if they stay on the injured players list, I think they'll be quite dismal. And you see how Arsenal has actually risen this season. I think it's just because of 2 or 3 people in the team. So I think
Yeah,
it's really important to give credit to the right people. When it comes to the academy products, you start them like Liverpool is doing now. Arsenal is venting out that. Even Chelsea is trying with Billy Gilmore, I think, but he's not really getting the starts for the team. And even for that matter, you talk about United, they're trying to give their academy people starts. So
yeah, man. Like Greenwood came last season for us. Like the way he scored goals last season, it was unbelievable. Like we didn't have any goal scorers at that point of time. Also, as you said, that for Liverpool, it's not that important game. I think for Manchester United, it's just opposite because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has lost like 4 semi-finals already.
so
So it's
can we address?
important for him
I'm
to.
sorry. Yeah, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on.
Yeah, so it's important for him to win this game and like win the FA Cup because he needs at least one silver bat like for the management to support him. Because again, like we have seen in this Manchester United, like few months back, Ole was like on the verge of getting sacked, and like in few months, it completely changed. Manchester United are on top, and this has happened before also. Like the ups and downs has been there, so it's important for him to like prove that he is good, and I think we don't give him that much respect, how much he deserves. Like the way he changed that this team, Manchester United. Like we started with Southampton 6-1, 6-2 game, and now we are on top. Like who can believe that Manchester United are on top of the league right now? So
I
it's
believe
for
it.
looking at that,
I
I
buy
think
it because when you
FA
have a certain Cavani, when you've got so much squad depth, when you've got good players on the bench, you've got quality oozing all around. So I don't think you should
yeah.
be undermining your team, man. You guys are leaders and you should live up to it. And you can't let a certain Manchester City cross you. Maybe I'm just jinxing it, but no, man.
So like, what's your prediction for tomorrow then? Like how what's the score prediction you are going with?
But I'm not going in for any prediction. I just want Liverpool to give a good fight again. But dude, let's
Okay,
just address. There's so many people asking us questions, so let's just start answering those
cool.
questions. Why does Liverpool feel okay? We've answered this. FSG fear spending grand. It all makes sense now.
It
Yeah,
makes
Zohaib, I
sense
agree
now.
with you on that.
Does
I think I
he
feel that.
need a break from the playing 11?
Does Star need a break? Yeah, obviously he does need a break. Not
Yeah,
for consecutively for a couple of weeks, no. But I
yeah.
think we should stop playing him for the cup games, and he needs to be rested for the Premier League. To be honest, and even in the upcoming match, we've got I think Tottenham. We're facing Tottenham, right? The next match. So I think that
I,
is one strong Hellua team to beat down. I think
yeah.
they'll have a strong defensive shape again. But I don't think Tottenham are really keeping up to the performances that they gave in the first
Quality,
couple of weeks, right?
yeah.
Because they are fifth
The
in the
quality
league.
they have, they are not keeping that quality like the in starting. Even they are like no team has been consistent in the Premier League this season. To be honest,
True.
like there have been 8 or 9 teams who have reached top of the Premier League and then like they are nowhere now.
So it's good to see so many Liverpool and United supporters together. I thought there'll be a fight stirring in those chat session, but no. If
If
Jota comes
Jota
on,
comes
Firmino will be
on,
hyped.
Firmino will be hype as Luke Shaw against Telles.
Wait, I don't know if you're trying to say Luke Shaw is worse than Tellez because Luke Shaw is actually picking up his game and he's actually giving a balanced display for the team. Tellez is
True.
clearly not a very
Like
defensive back,
since
which is
since
why
Telles has
United.
come, he Shaw has actually like improved a lot. Like in the last game against Liverpool, he was man of the match. You can see how good he was in that game. Like he was just amazing.
True. We keep
The
our
fact
hopes
that
high, yeah,
Liverpool
man,
are
for
in poor
NW.
form right
The
now
fact that
makes me
Liverpool are
even
in
more
poor
worried
form right
about
now
tomorrow.
makes me even worried about tomorrow's game. Yeah, so hey, why should you be worried about tomorrow's game, man? You are anyways on top of the league. You should be focusing on other leagues. You should be focusing on Europa League, to be honest. You should grab that European Cup. You need it. And Gilmore, yeah, man, Billy Gilmore is definitely like on the books. And football troll Telugu. United have slight edge tomorrow. Yeah, man, like obviously they do.
Obviously,
They're in
they
good
have
form.
they have a better team to be honest, and they are in better form also.
I agree with Sangam Sports on one thing that Greenwood has actually dismissed this season. He's not performing for you guys. It's probably because he's too young and he needs to be given the right time and the right limelight in the club. I think he's playing for a big club. So I think he needs to be benched a bit and he needs to perform well in training as well. I've heard he's not doing pretty well in training either. So can Firmino be impacted as Shaw if Jota? We've already answered this question. Um, Iceland took a toll on Mason. Let's give the kid a break. You're talking about Mason Mount? Mason Mount is tremendous this season. I think he's like one of the most hard-working people
Yeah.
on the pitch. He's playing box to box. He's doing a
Even,
good job
even
ahead.
even
Yes, Kante out.
Foden from Manchester City has been amazing. The way he plays, Foden.
A
Like he has
left-footed
actually
winger.
fixed
Back to conventional ways of playing on the left flank again, dude. I think he's doing a tremendous job for them. I think
and like
look at how
making
Gundogan.
his name in that team, like the team which is full of stars, making his name and playing in that like playing 11 is
True,
amazing
man.
at this age.
I think even if you talk about Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, and Foden, these three were clicking so well on the left flank against Aston Villa. I
Yeah,
think De Bruyne was just enjoying his game deep, and when he came ahead, he took a couple of shots, and they all went for corners. So he was happy. He was like, at least I'm getting them some set pieces.
yeah,
It's because
yeah.
the left flank was totally ferocious that night, and they're going to bottle it soon. Yeah, Muskan, I hope too. I hope so. They do. Ashmit, any suggestions for game week 20, dude? I'm I'm number 80th on in my own league, so don't ask me, dude. You should be asking these people who are probably in the top 20 list. I'm like one of the last 20% in my own league.
We
I don't need
both
to
are
focus
not
on
there
FPL
actually.
anymore. This is the Liverpool syndrome going on at the moment. Spurs versus
Spurs
Liverpool will be
versus
a hell
Liverpool
of a
will be
match.
hell of a match.
Yeah. Do you believe two European
Do
fixtures
you think
will
it will be
win a
a
pack
high
Premier League?
scoring game? I don't think. I don't think Spurs versus
So,
Liverpool will be high scoring.
you're
No
asking a
chance.
Liverpool fan who's not scored in 2021. So,
And
I
the
don't think
Spurs
it'll be
who
high
will just
scoring.
let like bus at the back.
Yeah, no,
Do
not a
you
bust
believe
at the back. I
European?
think they know Liverpool are weaker. They're low on confidence. I think Mourinho will trouble us during some phases of the game. He'll be like,
Yeah,
go rush,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. Now it's the chance. Yeah.
He,
Due to
so
plain
they won't go on
European
a high
fixtures will
line, but
impact the Premier League.
they might put their top line for pressing, and they might let their mid line and defensive lines,
Yeah,
stay intact.
yeah.
Basically, putting a mid block. But do you believe two European fixtures will
European
impact the
fixture
Premier
will
League?
be impacting the Premier League.
I didn't get your point. Like, how do you think? Okay, so basically, if you play European fixtures, and
Ch-
then what if
Champions
you get
League,
tired and
Europa
all that?
League.
I think tired legs is one problem for a team like Liverpool who nurture a small squad like Wolves, like Brighton. Like Brighton is not getting any European action. But yeah, when you
And
talk about
but
teams
like the
like
way the Premier League is running currently, like so many games in like less number of time, and then Champions League games coming on and Europa League games coming on, it will
True,
be hard for players. Like many players are going to be injured, and we are already seeing that. Like all these Van
let's
Dijk and
tell
all
me
of
what
them
does
got
Bruno
injured when
Fernandes
Champions
eat,
League
bro?
was going on.
Bruno Fernandes, like, is one of the first players I've seen who've been scoring so much, and yet they haven't gotten injured. No, no doubt. I don't want him to get injured. Touch wood, he doesn't. But what is he eating, dude? I want to know because I'll talk to Klopp or the people who are
Yeah.
handling the kitchen in at AXA. So
But like
you need to
the
like
Van Dijk
give a
injury
point or
was
two.
like Van Dijk injury was unlucky, I would say. Like
I'm asking you, what food habits does Bruno have?
Bruno, I have no idea.
Another low
Another
scoring
low
fixture in
scoring
my
fixture
opinion,
in
but
my
the
opinion, but
intensity
the
is all too
intensity
high.
is all to watch for.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool just shows the intensity, right? There's no end product. So I think that is what is going to happen, maybe. Not sure. Do you believe Ole
And
will play a
Manchester
strong team
United
tomorrow?
defenders
I
are
think so.
finally clicking. Like if you see Lindelof and Maguire, in starting it was hard for them like to keep a watch on each other and like blend with each other. But now they are so good together. Like it feels so good to see United defending so well finally.
Well, the race for the
Do
Golden
you
Boot is
believe
going great.
Ole will play a strong team tomorrow? Most of them will be there. I think one or two changes will be there. Most probably, Telles will come in Shaw place for sure, and I think Bruno might be rested for the first half. Don't know. Like that guy is unbelievable to be honest. Like the amount of games he has played and still is scoring and providing so many assists. I think he
You
has.
want to listen to a Liverpool fan's take on this? No. Bruno Fernandes will play the entire 90 minutes for sure. Not 90, maybe 70 for sure. He's playing man
Okay.
tomorrow.
I want to give him like rest for first 45 minutes and get him on the second half and change the game completely.
I
That's
hope
what
I
I
hope
think.
I hope you guys play your weakest team. To be honest, I don't mind winning a cup match, even if it just gets us a win against Manchester United. I'll be more than happy.
United gonna thrash Liverpool.
Okay,
Okay.
I
I
don't know
hope
about
that's
that, but I hope
okay.
that Liverpool wins, and I hope your dreams come true as well. So, but Sangam is
That guy
asking
just
should
looks
Klopp
like a
change his
dream. It took
formation.
Rashford 4 years to become a good player. But
No,
he's still 22.
let's answer this question first. Should Klopp change his formation? What do you think?
I don't think, yeah. Like the Liverpool have been successful with 4-3-3 formation, and I think they should stick with it because it's not like they don't have quality of players. They have few players who can change the game for them. And Salah, Firmino are going to be there with Henderson and Curtis Jones, or maybe somebody Wijnaldum might be there in the midfield. So
True.
I think like the quality these players have been playing from last 2-3 years, so they know how each and everyone play and how where is the position of them. So I don't think they should change the formation just because like few players are injured or something like that.
Absolutely, I think I agree with you on that. Uh, but I would still test out the 4-2-3-1. I'll tell you why. Because Shaqiri loves playing at the right mid position in 4-2-3-1 because he gets a more deeper
Mm,
role and he can deliver those
mm,
crosses and he loves doing that.
mm,
And his crosses
mm.
are pretty curvy, to be honest. And they're not flat. Like, the fullbacks are actually
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
clicking this season. I don't know why, but something's wrong with Liverpool. Robertson has still done a tremendous job, to be honest, in the starting of the season and till December, to be honest. But there's something wrong with Trent Alexander-Arnold, man. I think he needs to like figure things out for himself, and he needs to probably just stop getting into the games with a mentality of just delivering crosses because I have seen him doing things from the middle as well. So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
should be focusing on that.
And I think Liverpool is missing this thing. Like they are too much dependent on the wings. They are not creating something from the middle. Like they are not finding those through passes. and depending too much on the crosses and like then creating something. So
Yeah.
they should little bit focus on creating like from the open play and creating from the middle, because we know how
True.
good Salah and Firmino are like in creating positioning in the inside the box. They can create gaps, so they can find those pockets. So that's important. They need to
Bang
create
on.
little bit from middle.
I think Liverpool need to actually draw the defenses out. I'll tell you how. So basically, either you need a lot of creativity in the team, which Liverpool lacks. To be honest, they're not that
Yeah.
creative. Either you need creativity and pace together. Either you need to draw players out. You need to have good positioning in the game. So Liverpool did not have good positioning in terms of drawing players out. People knew Liverpool will attack. They don't need to go with that mindset. They need to play the ball a little laterally. They need to play it around
Yeah.
so that the other defenders they start
The
coming
other
out,
players
man, and they need to come
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
So Burnley, look at
So
Burnley.
the
They
other
knew
players start
Liverpool will
pressing and
bombard
you
them.
get those chances like you create gaps. That's what
So
United
yeah,
is doing
yeah, that's how
currently.
you create gaps. And they were not Burnley weren't ready to come out. Burnley just gave it the entire shit they were behind, dude. They did not come out of
We
the
got,
deep. And they were
and
pretty
that
happy with that deep defending. So
and you got such a brilliant chance. Like that finish from Origi was so bad. I thought he will like that was one-on-one chance, and you could easily score that. You should score that if you're playing in such a big
he
club
shouldn't have
as
scored it.
Aston.
He should have passed it to Mane. Mane is running on a left. Why not pass it
Yeah,
to a world-class player, dude? Why would you, who's a bench starter for the team, who's done something for Liverpool against Barcelona, why would you actually give yourself that chance? You don't deserve it. You need to give it to Mane. At least you would have gotten an assist out of it, dumbass. Could have done something out of that.
and even like the finish, like he took so much power on that shot. There was no need for power. It was like empty goal. It was there was no defender or someone that you have to get off. Ruben
Yeah.
Dias is the best defender for time being. Greenwood is just not playing in his natural position. Look at his goal against West Ham, pure quality.
If Trent
I
remains
think
off for the
Greenwood,
season, I might not be surprised to see Reece and Bissaka in World Cup. Dude, are you okay? Let me. So I don't see Reece and Bissaka in the World Cup either. I see a certain Kyle Walker, man. You need to give credit to that lad. He's been consistent for Manchester City. He was there for Tottenham as well before that, and I think Kyle Walker is a tremendous player, and he deserves more chances than he gets. And he's getting his chances, but he also took a knock in the last game. But when it comes to England, I think giving preference to Trent Alexander-Arnold over Kyle Walker, sometimes I do question myself. As a Liverpool supporter, why should I go with that bias? Why should I not? Why should I not stick to Kyle Walker? He's actually pretty versatile
he
and
has
very
been amazing.
deadly.
He has been
He's
amazing.
very deadly. You've seen him. He loves going inward. He loves going inside, and
Yeah.
he's not a player who would love to go with crosses. He'll rather go and shoot long balls, man. That is what he does.
And he provides you more independence like in ahead, like on the in the third half of the pitch. He provides so
True.
much space to the other players. Like he is someone who can create balls also. So
Yeah.
that's exceptional. Like being a right back and creating from the middle. What else do you want from a right back?
True, man. And it's also the intensity of plays that they carry on. They've got players who've got pinpoint range of passing. They've got players who also know how to, distribute the ball well. They've got a ball playing keeper who can actually shoot with his left foot, like around, I think he can cross to the other goaltee as well. I think he can just shoot it across the ground. He's that powerful. So I think when you have a certain player like Edison, you don't need to worry about distribution at all. But yeah, short
Yeah,
stopping, Edison has fumbled this season plenty of times in the
yeah,
first
yeah,
few
yeah,
weeks.
yeah. That I saw. If Trent
We
remains off
questioned the
form
England
this whole
manager.
season, I might not be surprised to
Dude,
see Reece and
Anish, you need to
Bissaka in the
understand
World Cup.
Pickford. I'm sorry, Pickford is a keeper who actually goes world class one day, and then the other day he goes as bad as now
Yeah,
what Joe Hart is like. Joe Hart is actually going through a rough time, and I don't think he'll ignite his career again. But I think Pickford is actually he's above average, but he's actually saved a lot for England. I've seen that in the World Cup as well. You've seen it too. So I don't think you should be taking jives at him, to be honest, because I think he's okay, man. And who else do you have in England right now? You name that keeper. Who else do you have in England?
Dean Henderson is England, no?
He might be, but do you actually count on Dean Henderson, to be honest? Because even when it comes to
Still, yeah,
Manchester United, he fumbled a lot.
yeah.
That match, he gave 2 goals away in the last match he played, man. I forgot. Which match
Mm.
did you
But
guys draw?
in that game, the mistake was like
Yeah,
from Maguire.
sorry,
He
Nick
didn't
Pope.
position himself. So yeah,
No, he's right.
Southgate
You
team
guys
captain.
have Nick Pope, man. Nick Pope is one of the best keepers in the Premier League right now. Burnley keeper,
He's
totally like he's
amazing. The
bombastic.
save of that Mohammad Salah, I was looking at that repeatedly. Like how good that save was.
True,
Because
true,
like finding Salah empty and like when Salah is in front of goal, you obviously expect him to score. And stopping that
true,
chance was amazing.
true. But Dean Henderson
He,
is no one. I don't know. I think United fans are just creating a bias right now. Dean Henderson is not a proven goalkeeper. And even when
not
he's
yet.
gotten
I
chances
think
for
he
United,
will
he's
be
not
a
played that
good.
exceptionally well. To be
Yeah.
honest, that is my personal opinion. I don't know what you guys think
He
about
has
him.
a good future. I'm not denying that. He has a great future, but it's
How
just
can you
that
give?
he
Okay.
needs time.
No, I actually want to counter that. When Eduardo Mendy came into the Premier League, Chelsea fans went on that rant. Eduardo Mendy is the next better check. He's going to be compared next. He's going to be sitting next to the greats of the game. Dude, he was nowhere near that, dude. He was nowhere near that. And his performances, you've seen it. Till the Europa, till the Champions League group stages, he had clean sheets. I'll tell you why. Because they never really faced many chances as well. They never conceded any chances. They had
They
Thiago
never
Silva
played
blocking
against the
all
big
those shots.
team.
Kurt Zuma was in form. Kurt Zuma was like, he has the number one aerial control in the
Yeah,
league right now. I don't know if you've checked the statistics out, but I don't know why he's benching Kurt Zuma now and he's playing Rudiger because even both Rudiger is pacey as well, Kurt Zuma is pacey as well. They both are ball playing defenders,
and
but
Zuma was
you need
one
to
like highest scorer for Chelsea like few games back. Like they were not scoring. Zuma was scoring for them and defending for them. So benching him
Mendy is
obviously.
not an upgrade on bro. Mendy is not an upgrade on Kepa, man. You can't say that. Kepa had a good 1.5 seasons. Mendy hasn't even completed like 3 months or 4 months. So I don't know how can
Do
you say
you
that.
agree with
You,
this?
you,
Dean
you, you,
Henderson was one reason Sheffield's success last season.
you should actually wait on him. You should see how he plays out for 1.5, 2 seasons. Is when you can make a judgment on a goalkeeper, man. He's a goalkeeper. Goalkeeper is the toughest position to play in. So
I believe
I
McCarthy
totally
can stand up. He is amazing as Southampton.
Mendy is shit to be honest. Like Mendy
He's
is shit.
brilliant.
So the conclusion that we've come to now is Mendy is shit at the moment. I hope he grows out to be well, but I don't see that
But no,
happening.
I still feel uh, Mendy is like little better than Kepa. Kepa has made so many mistakes, to be honest. Like the amount
Yep.
of mistakes he has made, you don't expect such a player because he came for like some 80, 90 millions, I think, to Chelsea. So if you spend that big on some keeper, obviously you expect a better performance from them. And Kepa didn't stood up like to up to his level. And Mendy, at least he started well. And I think right now the problem for Chelsea is more at the defense than like goalkeeping because the other teams are getting so many chances. And when you will shoot like 10 shots on target, obviously one or two will go inside. So that's what happening with Chelsea, I think. He doesn't have
True,
a
true.
proper strong line in front of him who can save him from like taking so many shots.
Anyways, let's just get back to the game. I think we just went on with Chelsea because I think we have a pass to Chelsea. I think
Yeah.
United have much tougher pass to Chelsea. So not even pass because they just surfaced around 15 years back. So which is when actually they came into the competition. They started with Mourinho. They started, giving a boost to the title run, and that is how
Yeah.
they won a couple of titles with them. But they've had quite a good short-term success in the 21st century. So
So according to me, I think tomorrow United might win because the current form of Liverpool is quite poor. And like I didn't even watch last night game. I wasn't watching. Then one of my friend texted me, "Bro, are you watching? Liverpool are losing at Anfield." And I was like so happy. I was like, really? And I was kind of shocked also because it was happening against Burnley, and I was planning that United will defeat Liverpool and then I will dance, but it couldn't happen. So I was just like I was first shocked that Liverpool is losing, and then I'm just praying, okay, Liverpool should not get like another chance at like scoring this goal, like keeping a draw because they have kept so many draws at Anfield, like Mane saving them from so many times. So like keeping that in
the
mind,
season
I feel
consists of 38 games, not one or two. To be consistent in the amount of games is no joke. Hendo says against Brighton EFL Cup of World Class. Dude, ask yourself this. He played for Sheffield. Okay, yeah, he played for Sheffield. Sheffield showed form in the opening season of the Premier League. Where are they now? And they're a unit. I'm talking about a unit. I'm talking about a team with strong players. I'm not talking about only one keeper. I'm talking about the team who's ahead of a keeper. And when the players are strong, the keeper is more confident. And without Henderson too, those guys should be at least in the middle of the table, and they're not there in the table. So how can he judge one of the most toughest positions
Exactly.
in the playing 11 out of one season? I don't get it. Petr Cech never got validation after the season. He had to play 2-3 seasons to get validated. So did Allison. He proved it. He proved it. He proved it in 2 seasons, dude. Allison was that world class, and you know it. And he's showing it season in, season out. I think, I don't know. I sometimes think people have a bias against, uh, players out of the club or players for their clubs. They create a bias, man, which is why I'm pretty reluctant to answering such questions.
So there is next question. Can Edison Cavani be trouble for Liverpool? I think yes. Because he is someone so experienced, he can easily find those pockets. And currently Liverpool's defense is quite poor, you know that. Like they are not that strong at the back. And with if Bruno plays and with Pogba, Bruno playing in that position, and Rashford and Cavani will surely be like create easily trouble for Liverpool defenders. Yeah, midfield obviously Henderson will try to stop Pogba and Wijnaldum will be on Bruno most probably. But I think the defenders it's really tough for like Fabinho to cover someone like Cavani. In the last game also like
Dude,
if you saw against
Fabinho,
United,
I disagree.
like when
Fabinho has
Cavani
been.
came on, that chance was created. Like that, they opened up at the back.
You can't mess with Fabinho, man. I disagree over there, dude. Fabinho has been on point with each and every game. I agree
Like
that
last
chance was
game,
created,
Fabinho
no,
was
but that chance
amazing, but
was
I'm saying
created.
Cavani created difference when he came on. Like if you see
I
that
didn't see
chance
that.
which Rashford didn't give him pass, he was wide
Sorry,
open. He was wide
I'm
open
being
at that
biased
point
now.
of time.
I'm being biased because you're Manchester United. Remember that? No, I'm kidding. But no, I think those balls, Pogba had a good chance. But I'll tell you something. That came off a Liverpool defender, bro. It wasn't a chance created by you guys. It came off a Liverpool defender's back. Is when both Bruno, not Bruno. I think Cavani had an opportunity which he threw
Cavani
out,
and Rashford.
and Bruno had an
Rashford.
opportunity at hand which Alisson saved. And even Pogba had a chance at hand which Alisson saved from
Yeah,
six
yeah.
yards out.
But that Bruno chance, like I saw the video of that Bruno first chance, which was saved by Alisson's feet. There were
Yeah.
so many passes, like proper passes, and then that goal was created. So if that kind of football, if United can continue playing, they can remain in like top two, top three easily. Because we saw against Southampton, man. Because sometimes when they go behind, they come back so harder. They give their everything on the pitch, and when they give that everything, they have so much freedom to create balls and to create for the players who can create problems ahead. Because with Rashford, there has been one problem. He has been so much offside. And if Rashford can sort that out, United will be able to score more goals with Rashford.
I think, yeah, that's actually a good take from your side. But Fabinho was at fault versus Burnley. Again, that penalty was because of Allison, but I don't know if he missed out on that ball. Too bad if he did. So yeah, Hendo needs game time, or England will be in jeopardy as well as form. Yeah.
If it
I
ends
don't know why
in
again, man. You guys need to understand one thing. Even though I'm not from England, but I'll tell you this for a fact that keepers have gone in, have come in, have gone out very soon, man, because they don't perform well. Again, I'm mentioning this again and again. Position of a keeper is really crucial in the game, and you cannot judge a keeper from one season, is what I feel. So I wouldn't even want to comment on Mendy and not even Dean Henderson. Maybe I went overboard with them, but that's just my personal opinion.
there is one question. If it ends in a tie, United versus Liverpool, extra time or penalties?
I think it'll be extra time and then penalties. I don't know. I don't know the rules of FA Cup, to be honest, because
Yeah,
I never
I
watched
have
FA
no
Cup.
idea. They might have replay as well.
I wanted to watch the Arsenal versus Southampton match, but I didn't get a chance. But I heard Gabriel got an own goal for Southampton.
He
Pretty,
scored one goal.
might be pretty
And
disheartening
now
for
people are
Bruno.
saying that Odegaard is needed at Arsenal to create a difference.
But I don't know how big a differential will he be, because in order to lift the creative overload of Smith Rowe, who is very young, I think you'd need a better player than Odegaard. And I think Bundia was one guy I was relying on. Again, I had a conversation with Hanif itself that Bundia is one player. He's played English football in the championship. His statistics, his numbers have proven it that he is a creative player. He
Yeah.
creates a lot of good plays. So I think if he comes into the Premier League, definitely he'll be a boost for any team, man. He should play for a good team. Maybe he fit in Southampton too because they love pressing, they love going high up, and they love creating. So I think he'll be a good addition to Southampton or Arsenal. But Arsenal, I don't really know, man, because you don't know. They just came out of a colossal and they need to get back to winning ways, and they are on that track right now. But again, I think Ruj spoke about this that he's not really sure of the system that they are following at the moment because they have young players at the moment, and you cannot be relying on such young players. Saka's
Yeah.
19, Mitro's 19 or 18. They're all teenagers, and they're clicking well with the team, which is so good to see. But uh, he's still a little skeptical about the same. So
So coming to Manchester United, Liverpool. So Dhama told that extra time penalties no replay. Cool. Thank you, Dhama. So I think
I
United.
seriously hope you guys win the FA Cup like round against Liverpool. Maybe I might just jinx it for you guys by saying that because I have been known for causing these reversals. Like for Arsenal, I did this in my personal group chat. I did it for Arsenal and it happened. And when I stopped taking Arsenal's name, they started winning. So maybe I can do this small jinx for Manchester United as well as a rival fan. And maybe I
But
can turn things around
Klopp
for Liverpool.
hasn't won at Old Trafford in last 5 games. Like 5 games he has played, he hasn't won. So last 5 games he hasn't won at Old Trafford. That means United have a better chance. Looking at
I
the
think
form, looking at
true.
the current position Liverpool are in, I think United should win this. Like they should win this. They should
I
prove
agree,
that
man.
they
I
are
totally am in with
the
you. I think United are maybe they might win, but I will come back on this live tomorrow if Liverpool win.
It'll be fun. If United win, I'll call you then.
No worries, man. Anytime. I think it will be a very tough competition, as I said, but I obviously want the team to perform well because they've been
But to be honest,
pretty
I
down on
want it
morale.
to be like more thrilling and better than how the last game was between Manchester United and Liverpool. Like it wasn't that great. I was expecting more goals from both the sides, but both the sides were trying to defend more. And in this game, I feel they should go out, but let's see. Like it's an important game for Manchester United for sure. So keeping that in mind, I think United will try to defend and create counter-attacking chances, while Liverpool will be dominating possession once again and losing the game.
I hope we don't lose, but yeah, let's hope for the best.
Liverpool's
And I'm
average
going with a
position
2-1
has been
prediction.
69%.
I'm going in with a 1-2 prediction to Liverpool. And I'm actually getting that good vibe from the team, man, that tomorrow's the night. Manchester United supporters need to get the taste of the salt that we dispense, and they're going to get it.
Like Burnley game was actually perfect for Liverpool, like to get that motivation from inside them that yeah, now we have broken that streak. Let's go all out and defeat United and show everyone that we are back again.
Yeah, because we are fierce rivals, man. I don't know. Like I've done a podcast on video as well, and we had it was a rampage-filled podcast with loads of salt and loads of salty United fans. To be honest, because Liverpool fans were just stating facts, and United fans couldn't fathom that. So I think that's about it.
Fred, Maxos, Pogba, Fernandes, Diamond, too tough to break down Man United defense. Hopefully not a drab affair. Yeah, hopefully. We can't say.
No, you know what? Look, if you look at the current form, I think United have better chances. But if you look at the overall form, I think Liverpool have a better chance to win because Liverpool, dude, I don't think we've lost so many games. We lost 2 games. We've drawn games. I agree. We did not take our chances in the right manner. But we are playing good football, man. We're not playing bad football. We're playing excellent football, and I love it when we
The
play
team
good
you
football.
had, obviously, I would give it to you because like the way you played against Leicester and won that game, you didn't have proper team in that game and still won that game. So yeah,
Because
I would give
Leicester
it
was
to
bad
you.
on
But
that day. Leicester was bad.
also, I
Look at
want
how
to.
look at how Leicester played against Chelsea. Did you see that match? They drew Chelsea out. And I couldn't imagine it. They looked like a Liverpool team, and they were only playing on counter-attacking, and they looked like a possession-based team, even on counter-attacks. I don't know how. They were playing so well. It was mad. It was a mad game.
So for Bruno, if you don't know this stat, Bruno has scored only one goal against the top 6 teams in the Premier League, and that one goal also came against Tottenham
And then a
in a
penalty.
penalty. So
I know.
like I think it's required to rest Bruno for like first 45 minutes and play Van de Beek, Fred, Maxos, and Pogba in the midfield, and
True,
then
true.
Cavani and Rashford ahead.
Bro, it was really nice coming on a show. I'm gonna go now. It's very late. I've
Same, same,
had a very
same.
long day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Thanks for
that's
coming,
the
man.
difference, bro.
So
That's the
his
difference.
prediction is the Loudmouth Show prediction is 2-1 to Liverpool, and my prediction is 2-1 to Glory Glory Manchester United. Now let's see who is right. We'll come to know tomorrow. The game is tomorrow at 10:30, I think. You can
The
watch it on
lion will
Voot.
fall off. The lion will fall off.
The Red Devils are going to march tomorrow. Bye. See you. It was a good life.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for so many questions and so much discussion. It was really nice to like answer so many questions. Thank you. See you.
Bye.